Hi, Dr. Chivers. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm speaking to Dr. Noelle Chivers, who's a chiropractor in San Jose. And we've been having these conversations now probably for several months about various topics which have to do with our health. And so we were thinking that it would be good to just have a short conversation about why we feel that these conversations that we are having are important, and how we feel about it. So, Dr. Chivers, so far, we've had a lot of conversations, and we're finding more and more that the topics that we are talking about are really critical for us as Americans and as human beings, and all the things that are going on in terms of our healthcare system and how people are so unaware. And for me, since I'm not a chiropractor, I'm finding it very enjoyable to have these with you, and also feel very happy that people will listen to them, because I know that most people aren't aware of the many, many ways that they can have their health or any issues that may come up for them, or accidents or whatever, handled. So what are your thoughts about all of this?
Well, I mean, with the current climate in healthcare and everybody talking about bending the cost curve in healthcare, the only true way to bend the cost curve in healthcare is to actually ensure that people are healthier. And with the way the insurance companies have gone and these very high deductible plans, you are certainly going to pay for, at least initially, a good chunk of your health care, which means the best thing to do is to actually be healthy and to try and catch things early and do the things that chiropractic and, vitamins and supplements and exercise and real conservative care can deal with when it's early on in the problem, rather than leaving it and not dealing with it until you're at a point that it's drugs or surgery, which are not only very expensive, but have a whole range of side effects and complications as well.
I'm finding particularly critical. I think when we look at how people take so many medications now, and how much of our so-called health problems and health care costs really are coming from the fact that people that are really just following only the Western Western medicine in terms of the medical only, so much of what they have going on is being actually caused by medication or mistakes and what have you. So I'm finding that particularly interesting, and probably a line of thought that a lot of people, at least most of the people I talk to, aren't considering.
No, today, more and more there are now these complete rehab facilities set up where the first thing you have to do is, agree to go in, and for 30 or 60 days, they'll take you off absolutely every medication that you're on, because they no longer know if all the symptoms that you're having that they keep just adding another medication for, are they actually symptoms of something else being wrong, or are they just a whole range of side effects of the 15 other things you're on? And quickly it can spiral into, a case where you're on 20 medications and really you only needed to be on the first two, and somebody should have recognized early on that one of what you were on probably needed to be changed or something else needed to be done, because the next symptom was actually caused by, the statin drug that you were on. And then all of a sudden you're on some kind of muscle relaxer because you're getting muscle pain. And then that has some kind of symptom. And then you're on, something for feeling sick. And, I mean, it can quickly spiral out of control. And, I mean, not only is that not healthy, it certainly, I mean, the cost can certainly start to add up.
Well, it seems to me that many people don't know that they're doing that now, because I'm in the know. I consider myself with alternative ways of handling and taking care of my health, but I wasn't aware that they were actually doing that. What is this also covered through insurance, when they can go in there and they take them off all medications, and then what you had just mentioned earlier?
If you get the right, like if you have the right plan and it's written the right way, they can certainly start to do some of those things. But I do know it is, well, it's very expensive, and it's quite difficult to get into some of these programs because they have to have every specialist there. As if you're on a heart medication, it's got to be a cardiologist that takes you off of the heart medication. If you went to a cardiologist, an endocrinologist, and an ear, nose, and throat person, they've got to have every one of those there to take you off each of the specific medications.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So the reality as I look at it, as there's going to be a lot more expense before we can get people that are on a lot of medications, if they want to go that route, to where they no longer have to take those medications and have that expense.
Yes, it is not something that's easy to do. And not only that, it's quite time consuming as well.
Yeah, well, and then I realize, oh my God, all the more reason to try the alternative route first.
Well, yes, I mean, at 35, there is no reason in the world a 35 or 40-year-old person should be getting stuck on heart medication and cholesterol medication before somebody's, got them to go to a gym and eat healthy and, take fish oil before they just slap them, with some statin drug and say, yeah, go home and continue to be unhealthy.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't treated them at all if you just say, well, it doesn't matter that you're 40 pounds overweight and, you eat at McDonald's all the time. All you're doing is masking the problem.
Wow, yeah. Well, goodness, after anybody listens to this, all the more reason that it would be good for anyone to come back and listen to all the conversations that are on Dr. Chivers' channel now, and we'll be adding one or two every week regularly. So I'm hoping that realize the sincerity and how genuine Dr. Chivers is, as is his wife, who also is a chiropractor. And works with him in back-to-back chiropractic, and anybody else, who we may share these videos with, because we are going to share them with other chiropractors that are not in San Jose, and if they want to use them. And I think that this is important. Anyway, thank you for listening, and please do check out all the other conversations that are up there now.
We'll listen and we'll analyze, and we'll develop a specific treatment program for you.
So if you're tired of living with your aches and pains, come make an appointment and start living pain-free.